Hello again and welcome to Sana View. My name is Janet McKee. I am founder of Sana View, one of only 200 certified high performance coaches in the world, wellness expert and speaker. You've probably seen my work before, and I'm so excited that you're here today to learn what I believe is one of the biggest secrets to living a better life. I know you've heard that before. It's like everybody's out there. No, this is truly something valuable that you are going to be able to begin to use in your life today. Right here, right now, I'm going to give you something. It's not just a teaser to then lead you to some big expensive course that you have to buy from me. This is valuable. Very valuable information. I want you to stick with me. I want you to listen, follow through the whole video because it gets really interesting at the end. And please share this with other people. Share this information with people that you know, that you care about, and that you love. Because the more we share this positive information, this way to live a better and more exciting life with everyone around us, the more that positive energy just flows back to us 10 times. So thank you again for joining us. I'm so excited to be here. And what we're going to talk about today is, what do you believe? And are those beliefs really the truth? Or are they false? Okay? And this is incredible and the key piece to the way you live your life. So what I've done is over 20 years, I've been studying information from many world masters on the concepts of positive thinking, abundance, motivation, and of course, I study also nutrition, health, and wellness, as you know. But this piece of looking at these brilliant world masters and these things that they were teaching were incredible morsels of wisdom. And each one I would start to play around with and use in my life, and I would see the benefit. But then my life kept going back to where it was before, or it wouldn't really stick in terms of making a long-term change in my life. Well, through this work and working with other people and on myself, I realized that each morsel I needed to put together in a special recipe and have the right amount and the right combination in the right order. And from that, I created, from all these individual morsels, I created the most wonderful, delicious stew that was fulfilling and nourishing. And that is what I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you a key concept today, and this is a piece of a series of multiple videos to teach you everything about this aspect of your life. So hopefully you saw our last YouTube video that we released last week, actually. I don't know when you're watching this, but the title is This Is For You. And that's kind of our lead-in video where we describe how we got here today, why we're teaching this, and to also teach you the very first point of that. And people will say, Jana, why are you teaching all of this incredible information just out there on the internet? And it's because I'm truly passionate about helping you. I'm truly passionate about how this information has helped me so much. It's helping my coaching clients so much that everybody should have this information. I'm actually writing a book on all of this, and I'm putting this together. But as I'm working on each chapter, I'm sharing this with you on video. And if you come online and sign up for sanaview.com, we will actually, once the book is released, I'm going to send you a free copy. So don't hesitate to visit us and sign up, join our mailing list, and be there ready to receive our gifts. We're constantly giving gifts, giving information, giving things to you to help you in so many ways. I care about people. I want people to do well in life. And these tips are so simple, but so incredibly powerful. So what I did in that first video is one of the homework assignments is I said, I want you to think of 3 words that describe your best self. And this is a brilliant teaching that comes from Brendon Burchard, my instructor and mentor on high performance and motivation and productivity. And it's just a brilliant concept that you think of these 3 words to describe your best self. And you put those words everywhere to remind you throughout the day. You put them at different places where you can look at them and review them. We also did an alarm on our smartphone that pops up a few times a day to remind us of these words. And what that does is something that's ultimately what we're heading toward, and that is to raise your energy, raise your vibration, be more positive, more energetic, because when you are that inside yourself, things change around in your life. So your life is a reflection of what's going on inside yourself. And that's why we're actually going to look at beliefs today. Because what we believe inside is what our life will show us on the outside. And that's just absolutely key concept. So I sent that out as homework, and people are communicating back to me in so many great ways. People are emailing me, texting me, making comments on Facebook and social media. And there were a few that I thought were particularly sweet who communicated with me on what their best words were. And as a matter of fact, we have Bridget, who wrote to me and said she loved the video and thought that that tip was just really helpful. And it's helping her every day to remind herself of what those words are and what she believes describes her best self. And her words were, she actually came up with 4: joyful, loving, empowered, compassionate. And that is just so fabulous. What incredible words she chose for herself. I have coaching clients of mine. One is Cindy. She chose energetic, happy, and thin. Isn't that interesting? One of her goals is she wants to be thinner. She wants to lose a few pounds. So making that one of her words that describes her best self is so powerful. Brad, who's a very successful client of mine, his words are encouraging, compassionate, engaging. So all throughout the day, he's reminding himself of this is what he wants to be. This is the true best Brad that he can bring out there in the world. Mine, I chose, by the way, are peaceful, joyful, enthusiastic. And you'll probably sense some of that from me today. And no matter what is going on in my day, my little alarm goes off and reminds me of those words. And it's like, wow, yes. And what's happening is it's raising my vibration. And we're going to teach you all about what that means. It's giving me positive thinking. It's helping to nourish me in a way that's bringing me up a few notches. And then I move forward in my day, no matter what was happening prior to that, with more energy and more positivity. And that's what's incredible. The other video that we have on our YouTube channel for Sana View is important to watch also. The title is The Most Important Things You Need to Do to Reach Your Goals. And in that video, I touch at a high level on all of these concepts. And the first thing I talk about are beliefs. So what we're going to do in these next series of videos is we're going to dig in deeper on each of these key concepts that will teach you what you need to know. So think of it like you have a shovel and you're digging into the dirt and going deeper and deeper. That you can tell I'm a farmer. And yes, at Sana View, we own a 52-acre organic farm, and I'm out there often with my hands in the dirt working on that. And so something I thought of, we were going to dig in and really clear away some of the mud and the murk and get into what really matters to help us improve our lives. So I like to think of here at Sana View that we're really asking you to open your mind. And let's get in there and sort of make some changes and mix things up a little. Do you remember that old commercial, and it just goes to show my age, so I apologize, where the guy had an egg and he said, "This is your brain." And then he would crack open the egg onto a hot skillet and fry the egg. And he would say, "This is your brain on drugs." Any questions? Okay, so what we're doing here today is we're going to open up your brain. Just like this can, right? I have a can of beans here. We're gonna take a can opener and we're gonna go in and crack this thing open, and we're going to go around until we get that can, peel it wide open. This is your brain, and this is your brain on Sana View. And we're gonna open that up. Okay, we're gonna open your mind to these new concepts and a new way of living. And that's the secret. It's all in your mind. It's all your thoughts, your beliefs that affect your entire life. So you might be thinking, why did you pick a can of beans? So first of all, they're healthy for you. But I just looked at this and these garbanzo beans sort of look like marbles. And I thought, well, some people think they're losing their marbles when they're losing their mind. But we're not going to lose any of those. We're going to just take them. We're going to mix them up a little. We're going to improve what's going on in your brain for good thinking to improve your life. Okay? So you ready? We're going to crack some things open and get you to change your thinking. And you're thinking, by new thinking, you're going to improve your life. So what goals do you have? What are they? Let's think about those. And maybe write those down if you haven't already. And what goals do you have for your life? Do you have short-term goals, long-term goals? Okay. And we all have heard that. We've been to goal courses where they tell you to write down your goals and to focus on achieving your goals. And that's fine. That's all well and good. But how many of you have not achieved your goals? How many of you do that every year, like a New Year's, where you set your New Year's resolutions and your goals, but you don't reach your goals? You don't achieve them. Why? What's holding you back? Give that some thought and maybe write that down, because it's interesting when we start to pay attention to this. And what happens is we have beliefs. We have beliefs about ourselves. We believe something about ourselves that then these beliefs actually hold us back. Like, for example, let's say we have somebody who in the new year, they want to lose weight, they want a few pounds or any time of year. And they get all excited, they're going to start this new program of exercise and eating healthy, but they never truly believe that they can be thinner. Or somebody can't believe that they can truly be healthier, or that they can make more money, or that they can bring in love into their life. And so if they don't really have the belief, trying to set that goal is irrelevant. You're not going to be able to reach your goal if you have limiting beliefs. And so this is the first thing I want you to look at. What labels do you put on yourself? Do you put labels on yourself like, oh, I'm too fat, or I'm too skinny, or I'm too old, or I'm too young, or I'm not good enough in some way? Or I'll never be able to make more money. I'm never going to be successful. I'll never be wealthy. So whatever you're telling yourself and these labels you put on yourself, I want you to look at. I want you to become aware of them. Awareness is the first key piece. Bringing light onto these beliefs is the first step in being able to change your beliefs. Your life, remember, is a reflection of what you truly believe. So if you want to improve your life, if you want to reach your goals and achieve your goals, you need to change. First, look at, be aware of those beliefs you have inside of yourself and make the changes that you need to, on the inside, so that the outer world begins to change and improve. So think of it like this. I have a farmhouse at our farm, and one summer, the people that were renting the farmhouse from me went away for a month of July. And that year it rained every day in the month of July. And I have this beautiful hemp rug, I've told you this story before, in the family room of my farmhouse. And because the house was so closed up throughout the month, and it was sort of a wet, humid month, mold started to develop on my hemp rug. So when they came back, we were like, oh no, what are we gonna do about that? So I Googled and read online that when you have mold on the rug, you put it outside in the sun. And the sun, by putting light on the mold, it actually dissolves the mold. So think of your beliefs and your thoughts as the same thing. You have these beliefs, they're kind of in your brain and in your mind, and they've gotten kind of moldy. So we need to bring awareness to them, shed light on them, because as soon as you have this awareness, things start to change and start to shift. Okay? So these beliefs that you have, you hang on to them. You live your life thinking that they're the truth, that they're reality. You think that you will never be successful, or that you'll never be healthy, or that you'll never have love in your life. And you hang on to these beliefs throughout your life. And you say, well, Janet, well, of course, I believe this. This is what's happened in my life. I had abusive parents, or I didn't have, good love in my life, or I've tried and I've never been able to make money. So we think that these beliefs are the truth. They're not the truth. The truth is that you can have what you want in life. You can accomplish your goals. That is the truth. And this is what we need to uncover. Negative beliefs about ourselves are a lie. And I want you to be aware of this. Trust me, I've been through a lot of difficult challenges in my life, and you've heard about them in my stories and my videos. If I can ever overcome these challenges in my life, then you can too. Trust me. We all have challenges in our lives. We all have difficulties. There is no reason why they need to hold you back. So, isn't it worse to hang on to those beliefs and never at least try to have your goals? We tend to hold on to beliefs because we think they protect us. Like, for example, I'm going to hang on to the belief that I'm not lovable, because what if I have the belief that I'm lovable and nobody loves me? What if I try to have this belief that I could be successful and I'm not, and that I fail? Well, we're going to work on fear in an upcoming episode, but isn't it worse to never have the belief that you can have love in your life, to never have the belief that you can be successful and make more money, to never have the belief that you can be healthy or whatever that is? Because when you have the beliefs that you can't, you never will. You're never giving yourself an opportunity to truly have all that you want in your life. So it's far worse to never allow yourself to have the belief. And trust me, when you have the more positive belief, things are going to improve. Things are going to change. It might not be exactly as you envision necessarily, but you are going to benefit from having the more positive beliefs that are the truth about you. And bear with me, because we're going to get into that. So think about how powerful these beliefs are. How truly powerful. Beliefs are things. We all know the sad story of a doctor that said to the patient, "I'm sorry, sir, you have 6 months left to live." What happens? In 6 months, the person passes away because they think that what that doctor is telling them is the truth. They get it in their belief system, and they actually respond. What you tell yourself, your body will hang on to, your mind will hang on to, and it will become your reality. Well, first of all, that is upsetting to me that a doctor would ever say that, because they're not God. They don't know for sure. And I have too many stories of people that were told that they only had a short time to live, and they chose not to buy into that belief, right? On our website, under testimonials, we have Sharina. She was diagnosed with lung cancer. She was told she only had a few months left to live when she came to see me. And we put her on the program of eating healthy, living healthy. I lost track. I think it's 7-8 years. She's vibrantly healthy. She's having a fabulous life. We have Stan, a medical doctor from the biggest hospitals here in Pittsburgh. He was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer, metastasized the liver and his lungs. He went through treatment and so forth, and he was told it failed. Doesn't always, but he was told it failed. He was told he only had 2 months left to live. Him and his wife chose not to buy into that belief. And they went off to an institute, and they learned the exact same thing we teach about eating pure foods, living a healthier life. I think we're now on to 17 years of cancer-free, vibrantly healthy, loving his life, living amazing, because he chose not to buy into the belief that he was being told. So let me ask you, what belief are you buying into? When you go out shopping, okay, or you go online and you're going to buy something. Let's say you're at the grocery store and you want to buy some fresh produce. And you look at the apples and the oranges, and what do? You hand pick them, the ones that look the nicest, the ones that look fresh, the ones that are for the best value. You take the time to buy the best for you. But when it comes to beliefs, you buy in to all kinds of bad beliefs. And people say, well, Janet, they're free. It's not the same. I'm not like taking my money and like going to the store and like buying these beliefs. It's worse than that, because you buy into a belief that limits you. That's far more expensive than going shopping and buying something. I don't care what you're buying. If you don't have your health, what is that worth? Okay? If you believe that you can't achieve more in life and do good work in the world, what is that worth? Not only to yourself and your family and the money that you make, what about to the good that you want to do in the world? What about other people that want your product or want your service? What is it worth to tell yourself that you're not lovable and that you can't have a fabulous relationship? That is like priceless to have that. So these beliefs that you're buying into that are limiting you are very expensive for you. Are you following me? Are you understanding? So, okay, Janet, that's fine. We hear this. But what are we going to do about it? Let's look at this. So first of all, is our belief about beliefs. I know my son was doing great through school, getting A's, no problem, piece of cake. Something happened at some point along the way that he then took in this belief that he wasn't good in math all of a sudden. I want you to know something, and this has been proven scientifically, and I learned this from Brendon Burchard, world famous teacher and mentor on motivation, high performance, productivity. It is actually not true that somebody is not good in math or that somebody is not creative. We tell ourselves those things, but scientifically proven, it is not a fact. The truth is anybody can be good in math. The truth is anybody can be creative. The truth is anybody can be successful. There's not a mental tendency one way or the other. That's been disproven. So what is the truth? Okay, I'm working with this client of mine, this coaching client, as part of my high performance coaching program. And he's successful, very successful man. He has 600 videos on YouTube. He has tons of followers. And he has determined in his life that he needs to double his income because his wife is making a career change. He needs to double his income to maintain this standard of living. But he said to me, well, Janet, I've been giving away these videos for free for so many years. Nobody's going to want to pay me for what I teach. That's his limiting belief. I'm like, are you kidding me? First of all, you have so many followers. People love the information you're sharing. You're doing good work in the world. You are due to be compensated for all that good work in the world. He has given so much out into the universe. He's way past due for having all of that good that he's given to come flow back to him. And if he tells himself nobody's going to pay him for this information, guess what's going to happen? Nobody's going to pay him. So he's changing his belief, and that's excellent. He's like, wow, Janet, you're right. I never realized I was having that limiting belief. I have another client just this week who we're working on coaching in his goals. And one of his goals is he wants to have a good relationship come into his life. You know, a good woman come into his life and have a great relationship. But he's been diagnosed with MS. And he told me that, well, Janet, years ago, I could walk into any room, and when I saw somebody I really liked, I knew that I could soon enough start dating that woman. Now, when I walk into a room, I realize it's not true because I've got a cane and I'm walking, with a little bit of limitation because of the MS. So number one, first of all, we're working on his health to help halt the MS, yes, believe it or not, and even reverse it. And if you want to know more about that, watch our film, Bethany's Story. I'm the producer of an award-winning film about a girl that was paralyzed, told she would never walk again, and she changed her diet and lifestyle, and now she's perfectly normal and healthy and walking. She actually regenerated parts of her nerves that the doctors said were gone and destroyed just by eating differently. Okay, so this is what we teach at Son of You. So we're helping the man improve his health. He already knows what he's doing. I'm just giving him further encouragement. But I said to him, Ray, first of all, when I first met him, I never noticed he was walking with a cane. Second of all, when you want to meet a great woman, you got to realize you are amazing. You have so much to give a relationship. He's very honest. He's bright. He's kind. He's motivated. Look at, he's on a health kick. He's eating healthy and getting exercise. That is far more attractive than some man who's sitting on a couch with a beer belly and drinking his beer and eating his burgers and French fries. I mean, think about it. If he wants to really attract a fabulous woman, he needs to realize what great, fabulous qualities he has that he's bringing into that relationship. So now when he walks into a room, he's no longer thinking about that he's not enough, that he has these limitations because he's dealing with MS and he has a cane. No, he's changing his beliefs to the truth. And the truth is that this man has so much to give a relationship and to give another woman and to bring in someone fabulous into his life. Are you following me? Okay, this is what I'm telling you. This is like the key to everything, So how long have you had these limiting beliefs? How long have you been telling yourself these things that are holding you back? Because the longer you've been telling yourself these things, the stronger that limiting belief has a hold on you. So we're going to think of it like a muscle, right? When you want to make a muscle stronger, we want to, remember your brain is like a big muscle, and we're like already got the can opener, we've opened your mind now to these concepts. Now we've got to work the muscle of positive beliefs, of beliefs that encourage you, that are beliefs that are the truth, that help lead you to your best life. So how do we work that muscle? We keep telling it the new positive beliefs. So you have a goal in your life. Your new goal is to become aware of your belief and to change your belief. That's your new goal. Okay, so somebody who wants to lose weight, if they don't believe they can ever be thinner, it's never going to work, right? So we need to now be aware of that limiting belief and change the goal. Now the new goal is to have a new belief that yes, I can be thinner and I'm going to feel fabulous. So the first goal is changing the belief. And so we need, how do we do that? We keep telling ourselves these positive things. We're going to keep doing it to work that muscle. Think about it from a farming perspective, right? We're going to plant seeds in your brain, and we're going to nourish those seeds. We're going to give those all the nutrients, all the love, all the care that they need so that that plant grows big and healthy. And what happens around the plant are a bunch of weeds. And those weeds are our limiting beliefs, our negative thoughts. And we're going to pull those weeds out. And we're going to nourish this positive plant so that it grows into a healthy plant. And actually, as it grows healthier, it takes the nutrients from the soil and the canopy of the leaves of this beautiful, healthy plant block the sun so the weeds can't get sun. So the weeds aren't any longer getting the sun and the nourishment from the soil, and they're going to die off. So we're going to keep feeding ourselves this positive. And now eventually we have the most delicious produce coming off this plant to feed our lives and to feed our souls. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. So when in your life have you actually had a limiting belief that you overcame? When? I want you to remember this. I know you've all done it. Think about it. It could be something small. It could be something big. I know this in my own life. Many years ago, in my early 20s, I was diagnosed with this horrible autoimmune disease. It was destroying the lining of my digestive tract, and I had internal bleeding. I couldn't eat. It was a mess. And the doctor said to me, Janet, I'm sorry, you're never going to be able to recover from this. So we have some options. We can either start removing your organs, or we can give you a medication that causes cancer. I don't know how I did it, but I said to myself, I am not going to buy into that belief. And I left the hospital and I said, okay, what else can I do? And I started searching and completely healed my body, completely managed autoimmune with food and lifestyle and positive thinking and stress management. Okay, so I already did it once before. You've heard, if you watched some of the previous videos, my current challenges with what's happened with my husband walking out on us and having the financial concerns. I am now overcoming any limiting beliefs that could be there. You are strong. People can do hard things. You can do this. And at first you might say, like, it's hard because I had these beliefs. Like, Janet, you don't understand. I'm not loved. I'm not lovable. I'm not loved. My mother, when, she was pregnant and had me, maybe didn't want me. Well, let me tell you something. I want you to go back to the day you were born. Everyone, I don't care what you came into the world in a very loving family or not, I want you to go back to that day that you were born. This is actually a brilliant teaching from Marissa Peer. And that your first day of life. Okay, think about it. What were your beliefs? They were nothing but glorious. Okay, you had none. You had no brainwashing that happened. You had no preconceived notions that somebody fed to you. You had a clear slate in your thinking. But here's what I want you to also realize. It wasn't, yes, you were born to your parents, and your parents came together to create your physical body. But that's not ultimately where you came from. I don't know what your beliefs are, but you came from a greater source. Whatever that is, God, heaven, the universe, whatever, a very powerful source is what created you. Your parents were just the vehicle to make it happen in this physical world. So that powerful source created you out of love. You were created from love. You are loved, and that is the truth. There is no question. And you are beautiful, and you are amazing, and you came to this world with no preconceived beliefs. Everything's available to you. So looking back, what would you say to yourself as a newborn baby? What would you say? You would say, wow, your whole life is ahead of you. You have so much opportunity out there to live your best life. Okay, now in my thinking, I want you to take yourself to the future. Take yourself to 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years from now. And okay, now you're your future self looking back on you today. What are you going to tell yourself? Today is the first day of the rest of your life. It's like you're just born today, okay? And now, what is your future self telling you? Your future self is telling you, I hope, go for it. You have nothing to lose. Live your best life. You have every opportunity. You are amazing. You are loved. And from this point forward, remember this, okay? You have nothing to lose. Do you want to be that future self 10, 15, 20, 50 years from now and say, gosh, the pride you have because you gave it your all? Or do you want to be like, gosh, why didn't I try? Why did I give up on my dreams and my hopes? Why did I limit myself? No, you want to be proud that you gave it. You have nothing to lose but that pride. And let me tell you, I promise you, you start having more positive beliefs about yourself and you start making these changes and you start feeding yourself these positive thoughts of being all that you can be, things will improve. You have nothing to lose on this. Okay, so what is your new goal? Your new goal is to be aware. Watch yourself during your day. Pay attention to your thoughts. What are you telling yourself that's limiting you? What are you telling yourself that's limiting your life? What belief do you have about yourself? Bring that into the light. Bring it into awareness. There is a famous quote from Napoleon Hill. He wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich back in 1937. 1937. Many people know about that book. It's a very famous book, Napoleon Hill. And what he talks about are these things, okay? The quote is, whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, he can achieve. So we've got, whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, he can achieve. So what do? As humans, we think, okay, whatever our mind can conceive and believe, we can achieve. So we focus on the conceive and the achieve. We think, okay, I want to make $1 million, so just because I'm thinking and conceiving that I can make $1 million, I'm going to make $1 million, and then we don't, and we wonder why. We're not focusing on this. Think of it like a sandwich. What's the most important, delicious part of the sandwich? It's in the middle. Okay, it's the meat of the sandwich. Not a good example because I teach people about eating their plant foods and eating more vegetarian-like, but think of it this way. The avocado, the lettuce, the sprouts, the tomato, the cucumber, that's where all the nourishment is in the middle. This is the most important part of that quote. And that's why so many people are missing the concept, because it comes down to your beliefs. Follow us here on SanaView, our YouTube channel, our website at sanaview.com. We have on our website, you can join us as a member. We'll give you access to all of our videos. As a matter of fact, there's been an incredible price right now on that. You want personal coaching? Sign up for the program of being coached personally by me. We'll take you through the high performance process. We will teach you all of the aspects of living your best life, of achieving incredible joy, confidence, enthusiasm in your life. You are ready. That's why you're here watching this, and you deserve it. Thank you for joining us today, and have a wonderful day.